A firestorm. Get ready to raise your game because watching sports will never be the same. Introducing FireFan. It's a game changer. Finally, a sports app that puts you into the game. You predict the scores, you call the plays in real time while you watch and compete against sports heroes, celebrities, friends, family, or other die-hard fans. The more you call it, the more points you can achieve. Also, be a loyal fan and earn loyalty rewards. Don't miss the hottest app of the year, FireFan. Ignite your passion. Yeah! Yes, sir. Yeah. Register now at firefan.com today. Enter player rewards code TDSS. That's player rewards TDSS. Play the game, fan the fire, earn rewards.
6 minutes, 6 minutes, 6 minutes to get fresh, y'all.
I'm on. I'm on. Yes, sir. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Man Talk Monday. Thank you so much for joining your boy. We're brought to you by firefan.com. Firefan.com. The pre-registration is here. That's right. Join my league right now. The league starts during the week of Thanksgiving. The app will be released the week of Thanksgiving. Go to firefan.com and reserve your spot right now. It'll take 2 seconds, I promise you. Firefan.com. Use promo code TDSS. Once again, that's the firefan.com. They bring you the Doug Stewart Show. Quickly, Lamar Jackson. Somebody said it earlier. Just go ahead and give this kid the Heisman Trophy right now, man. This past Saturday against Boston College, and I watched this game all the way up to probably like the start of the fourth quarter, and then it was just out of hands. 52-7. Lamar Jackson passed 17 times, completed 12 for 231 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. The man ran 15 times for 185 yards. A quarterback on the road. They were at Boston College. The man ran 15 times for 185 yards, and he ran for another 3 touchdowns. He attributed for 7 touchdowns. Like, he's pretty much done that, had that same stat line every week this year outside of the Clemson game. And I think he still had a good game statistically against Clemson even though. But this man has pretty much averaged like 7-8 touchdowns passing and running week in and week out. You know, right at around 300 yards in the air and another 150 to 200 yards rushing. It's absolutely unbelievable what he's doing right now, man. Baller Award to Lamar Jackson. You know what I noticed, man? And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, Man Talk Monday. You know what I noticed? I watched a little, and you can see this video on ESPN.com. There's a little story, a video story they did on Dak Prescott. Obviously he's having very good success right now, so they want to start looking into his background and his upbringing and all of that stuff. But they did the story on Dak Prescott, man, and they showed some video clips of him in high school down in somewhere in Louisiana. I can't remember the name of the city or whatever, a little small town in Louisiana. But they showed some video clips of Dak Prescott when he was in high school, and they showed some video clips of him when he was at Mississippi State. And then they also, obviously, they showed some clips of him as a quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. In all 3 video clips, one thing I noticed is that it would look like he was running the exact same spread offense. Why are y'all booing? It looked like, from the video clips I saw, the short little video clips, that he has been running this spread offense since high school. You remember when he got recruited and he went to Mississippi State and played for the Bulldogs, that was the big thing on why they brought him in there. And I can't remember the offensive coordinator now. It was a Dan Mullins, the head coach of Mississippi State, whatever it was. But the reason they brought him in there is because he was so used to running this offensive system in high school. And it looks like the Dallas Cowboys are taking a page from their book, and they run a lot of the same spread-type plays for the Cowboys right now in the NFL. And this is something that I've always talked about. Why would you take somebody that ran a spread in college and try to get them to do something different in the NFL when you're paying all of this money? Well, we don't want them to run those plays in the NFL. We want them to run a pro-style offense. Well, damn it, don't draft them then. Don't draft them. And I see this being the same scenario with this kid Lamar Jackson. If you saw video, you can see video of Lamar Jackson in high school. I think he played for Boynton Beach High School, and I've seen some YouTube video. He's been running this spread in high school, and it looks like it's pretty much like second nature to him now with the great offensive coordinator, the great offensive mind of Bobby Petrino. It looks like second nature to him now what he's doing there at Louisville. And like, once again, I'm not 100% sure on this kid at the next level. I know that he's the best player in college football, bar none, this year. But I'm not sure about what he does in the next level because he's so slight. So I can kind of see, the fact that he's slight come into play kind of like it did for RG3, kind of like it did for Pat White, who I mentioned earlier, that wasn't given the opportunity to play at the next level, quarterback really. He really wasn't given, the opportunity to fail or succeed. What was he, for the Miami Dolphins? They yanked him very quick. I think he had a couple of stars, but, that was it. It wasn't going to work. So I'm wishing for the best for this young man, but, man, what he does at that position in that offense is phenomenal. And I said it earlier, we're going to do a top 5 most exciting college football players ever. And I think that Lamar Jackson, man, I think he might be on my list. Ball award to that young man again. Yeah. Incredible year, man. I remember game 1. Like his first 5 plays, they scored 3 touchdowns. You remember that? You remember Louisville, very first game of the year, and I came in here that Monday talking about who was it that they played? It was Syracuse. I'm not even counting the Charlotte game. The Syracuse game, where they were on the road at Syracuse, and I think the first 5 plays, they scored 3 touchdowns. And that was just kind of like, an early look at what was going to happen the whole year long. 62 points against Syracuse, 63 against FSU, 59 against Marshall, 42 against Clemson in a loss, or 36 against Clemson in a loss. Their one game they struggled this year was against Duke. They only put up 24 points, but they won the game. Then they put up 54 against North Carolina State, 32 against UVA. And then 52 this past weekend, man. Ball award to Louisville. Ball award to Lamar Jackson. And I got to give him credit, man. Bobby Petrino has his team in place, in position. They need some things to happen for them. Let me look at this ratings right now. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. They need some things to happen for them. But right now in the AP, Louisville is the number 5 team. Could Washington lose? I doubt it, at number 4. Could Clemson lose? Clemson's had some games where they've been, hot and cold. I don't know. Michigan, they still got the Big Ten championship game to play. Clemson still has the ACC championship game to play. I don't think anybody's beating Alabama, but they still got the SEC championship to play. Or there's not a Big Ten championship, I don't believe. I don't believe they play a Big Ten championship game in that conference. So Michigan's pretty much going to be there. Alabama still got the SEC championship. Clemson still got the ACC championship. It's possible, and there might even be a possibility where Ohio State, who they have in the AP right behind Louisville, a one-loss Ohio State team could jump Louisville. That's possible as well. I would love to see, because talent-wise and what they've done on that field, I would love to see what Louisville could do against Alabama in the national championship game. Or, a rematch against Clemson. I would love that. They might just fall a little bit short, man. But ball award to Louisville. Angry Black Man, Big Ten does have a title game. Big 12 does not. Appreciate that information, Angry Black Man. Why are you so damn angry? From that Ninja Barbershop, Deshaun Watson is not getting talked about nearly enough, and bringing up the quarterback at Washington is a joke. No. The Browning kid at Washington, bringing him up is not a joke, Ninja. I'm sorry, Malcolm X. I'm sorry, Malcolm. No, that Browning kid at Washington is a solid quarterback. I mean, one or two times that I've seen them play, he's balled out of control. What did he do this past weekend against Cal? 66-27 against Cal. The man passed for 378 yards and 6 touchdowns, and you're saying bringing him up in the Heisman conversation is a joke? Come on, Malcolm. Give credit where credit's due, bruh. Give credit where credit's due. This Jake Browning kid at Washington, man, looks real good. And it is college. We don't know what he's going to do at the next level. But what I'm telling you, if a man puts up 400 yards passing and 6 touchdowns against a Division I football team from a Power 5 conference, he ain't no joke. I think they're talking about him, and we'll do a little Heisman hit tomorrow. But they have him pretty much like second right now behind Lamar Jackson. Then I think they have Deshaun Watson at third. Leonard Fournette got dominated this weekend again by Alabama. He's really fallen out of the conversation. There's really no talk about Christian McCaffrey anymore. So it's basically Lamar. Lamar Jackson's going to win the Heisman. Like, there's nothing that could happen at this point. Like, I don't think he would even have to play the rest of the games this year, and he's going to be the Heisman Trophy winner. But as far as giving credit to that kid out there in Washington, man, I mean, he's a solid quarterback from what I've seen. Oh, what else have we got here? From Thorny Switch, he may be solid, but he's no Lamar Jackson. That is all. Oh, I agree 100%. There's nobody even close to Lamar Jackson in college football right now. From Thorny Switch, mainstream didn't want to talk about Watson last year when he was hotter than fish grease. I agree. And did he come in, second last year in the Heisman behind Derrick Henry? I think he did come in second. I thought he should have won the Heisman Trophy last year. I thought Deshaun Watson should have won the Heisman last year. Once again, not as consistent this year. I think the chemistry is a problem, an issue, or had been a problem early on for Clemson. Over the last couple of weeks, they've been kicking much ass, so I think they figured things out, and they're pretty stable right now. But, yeah, I agree. I think Deshaun Watson should have won the Heisman last year over Derrick Henry. I do. He was my guy to win it all last year. Clemson, in their last couple of games, once again, have just dominated. 54-0 over Syracuse. Did have a tough outing against FSU. Dominated Boston College 56-10. I think Boston College is just bad. And then obviously had the good win over Louisville. But it's going to be very, very interesting this year in the college football playoffs, man, with these Final Four teams. Very interesting. Yes, sir. Very interesting. From Andre Elam, Derrick Henry has a better or was better than Watson last year. I disagree. And the reason why I disagree is they always put a precedent. You get bonus points when you're a quarterback, usually. But for some reason last year that wasn't the case. You let any other quarterback have done the things that Deshaun Watson did last year and take his team to a national championship game, they would have won the Heisman Trophy easy, hands down. Last year, maybe some of the Alabama mystique. And Derrick Henry did have a great year. I'm not taking that away from him. But who was more valuable to their team? Deshaun Watson was more valuable to Clemson than Derrick Henry was valuable to Alabama. I'll make that argument any day. Back in 3 minutes, the Doug Stewart Show. Do you have your own radio show? Are you an artist or a DJ? BB Mobile Apps is the solution for you. They specialize in creating mobile apps for entertainers. That's right. You can have your own mobile app where your followers can hear your shows or music, watch your videos, and view all your social networks in one place. You can even make money with banner ads and send push notifications directly to your audience to make sure they get your messages. Everyone has their phones on them, right? A mobile app will add credibility to your brand because your content will be accessible to them while they're on the go. BB Mobile Apps also makes apps for bloggers, actors, and producers. The process only takes about 20 minutes. Just go to bbmobileapps.com and click Get Started Now. That's bbmobileapps.com and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you. Doug Stewart here to tell you about my man Smooth at smoothtickets.com. Smooth's got the tickets for everything that you need